Hello and welcome to the new video. Today we're gonna take a look at the Great League again here, as we finally have the one and only Salazzle on our team, which I tried to get like kinda crazy for like ages. I definitely hatched more than 112 kilometers already at this point. And I've got 3 male ones. I mean, like, that's kind of nice, because then I didn't have to use any rare candies to power this thing up and evolve it and give it a second move. But yeah, I had to get this traded here right now. And we can take a look a little bit on how good it's gonna be. And I actually really like it, to be honest. Like, I like it. I don't think it's as good in the open Great League, but I think this thing gonna be a monster in like specific metas, as like the incinerate damage is insane. Of course, this thing is super squishy, but you do like so much damage. You have decent coverage. Dragon Pulse, of course, not the most ideal moveset there. It would be cool if we would have got the... to get the shield here, which is cool. If we would have got the foul play, which had prior, it would have been way better with that. But still, I kind of like this Pokemon. I think it's like something that's definitely useful and fun to use in general, as you are gonna be able to do some good damage against the Trevenant, against the Walrein, against so many good Pokemon. And I don't know why I see so many Talonflame recently, and they all have the Fire Spin. I have still no idea how this happens, but I saw so many recently. I think out of the last 5 Talonflames or something like this, they all had Fire Spin. For whatever reason, I don't think my Edo is that low, to be honest. But yeah, we can go for 1 Dragon Pulse here, and we're gonna be able to boom this thing away, as they don't have a shield anymore. And we're gonna see my opponent gonna go into their Umbreon right now, and we can get to the Poison Fang in time. Poison Fang after 2 moves there, which are 2 times 5, 10 turns, is pretty nice. It's basically the same speed as the Nidoqueen, but you have basically damage from the fast moves. I think the fast move damage is higher from Incinerate compared to Poison Jab, so it's kind of cool. In general, Fire is like a very good offensive typing there, as we're gonna see the Wigglytuff coming here back into us, and we have like, there's nothing my opponent can do anymore. But yeah, I think this Pokemon gonna be a lot of, like, it has a lot of potential in restricted metas. I'm gonna be curious which we're gonna get like next season. Like next season, we should get some new cups again, hopefully, and in general, a normal season of Go Battle League. I hope, at least. Like, there were some discussions that people really want no ranks in general, like this basically, but, or like, for example, that basically all rewards are at rank 20, which doesn't really make sense at all, and I hope this will never happen. But this is what some partner creators suggested to Niantic, which I hope this is not the case, but we will see. We see the Salazzle against the Trevenant here, which sadly has 1 HP and a Dream, but we can farm him down. But you see how much damage the Incinerate does. Like, if you get 1 Poison Fang on them, Incinerate just completely melts through them. We see the Machamp coming in, and we still have 1 Psychic stored here, as we're gonna snipe this Machamp, and this should basically secure us. No, I don't think there's a single Pokemon that beats both my Registeel as well as my Machamp, as they have their own Registeel. Of course, they're most likely going to be able to finish me over with a 1 Zap Cannon here, but it doesn't matter, as we can still get to 1 Focus Blast, which should be enough to KO him. So it actually doesn't KO me here. Can I go into my Salazzle still? I can go into my Salazzle. They have to throw here, and we still have our own Registeel here, which just can go for 1 Focus Blast. They actually get to their Focus Blast 1 turn prior to mine, which doesn't matter, as we easily gonna be able to survive this, and we could have just no bubbled here. I just like, yeah, tap only a little bit, and we finish off the opponent's Registeel. Again, we have like a very meta team here. I kind of wanted, like, this is the thing, yeah, of course we have interlude season or whatever, but if we have a new Pokemon that is potentially like meta, of course I'm gonna try to take a look at a team where this thing can kind of shine. And here, of course, we kind of wanted to get out the water ground types, usually like the Swampert, so our Registeel can sweep in the back, which worked out pretty well. The only problem for this team are sometimes those Pokemon, like for example the Sableye, or in general like those Pokemon that like ghost types or dark types, like not dark types in general, more ghost types, because like you have Arenas in the lead, and like Registeel is okay against them, but it's not crazy against them. So yeah, still maybe not the best team, but I think like Salandit or Salazzle in general are gonna have more potential in restricted meta, so we have to see if we can find some there. It would be very cool if we get like a restricted meta where this thing is viable. I think it was viable already during the Halloween Cup, but who had a Salazzle. I didn't have a Salazzle this time, so wasn't really able to use it, of course. But we see here Bastion still trying their best, and we have now the Wiggly Tough against our Salazzle, and we can just go for the Poison Fang, see how much damage it does, and it nearly one-shots this thing. We can just farm my opponent down. We have some lag here, as we see the Bastion coming in there. We go for the Dragon Pulse, trying to see how much damage this actually does. Resisted, of course, but better than a Poison Fang, as this nearly destroys them, as we can just farm down with one more Incinerate. Next up we have Cresselia, which is kinda a core breaker for Salazzle plus the Medicham core, I guess. We can go for the Poison Fang there, as we're gonna be able to get my opponent out into their Swampert, and this is basically how this team was supposed to function, getting out the counter for my Registeel, as they go for the charge move here now, going for the Hydro Cannon, and we can farm them all the way down. They can still get to a move here, which is kind of sad, but now we should be able to align the Cresselia against our Registeel, but they actually have Kovac in the back. I mean, I guess I just got completely hard countered here. There's not a lot that I can do about this, to be honest. Yeah, like, I mean, I had Swampert against my Salazzle, I had the Cresselia against my what's it called, against my Medicham, and then we have another Ghost in the back, which also beats my Medicham, plus the Registeel is only neutral against it. So yeah, there is not a lot that I can do here, to be honest, which is kind of sad, as they're gonna be able to go for another move here. They actually throw here, even though they're double debuffed. And they go for the Shadow Ball, which still does a decent amount of damage, and they're gonna try to catch the move, which worked out pretty well for them, which doesn't really matter too much for me. If this doesn't KO, and we have to try to farm up extra, so we have already one move stored when my opponent like swaps in, and we just hope that we get there, but we don't get there. My opponent can get to another Grass Knot, which actually does KO me here. And this game is over, as we cannot farm down either. We have to go for one Ice Punch, and yeah, we will not be able to win against this Kovac or Ari. How much is the Psychic gonna do against this thing? I mean, it's a neutral strong move, and it barely misses out. We need like 2 more counters to win this game. Good game there to my opponent. I guess maybe I could have played this at some point a little bit better and won this game, but we just got hard countered anyway. And speaking of hard countered, against Abomasnow, like, this team is completely amazing against it. We try to catch the move here, double resist the Energy Ball, and we catch the move perfectly, completely unnecessary, but it was hilarious. We get out the Azumarill, which is a good thing, and we can go for some Poison Fangs, putting him very low. Like, we do so much damage. Definitely a second Poison Fang would come close to KOing my opponent there. They go straight for the Play Rough without even looking, which is kind of insane. We couldn't go straight for the Zap Cannon, trying to KO this thing, which works out pretty well for us, as they're gonna go into their Stunfisk, and we have now our Medicham against them, which is okay, but we see the Abomasnow come in there. I think we should be fine, to be honest. We can go for the Ice Punch, get the shield, we can go for the farm down, we're gonna shield this move up as well. I think we get him close enough. Like, I think I should have went for double Ice Punch, to be honest. I don't think that was the smartest idea to farm up and shield the move, because, yeah, like, it wasn't really necessary, to be honest, as Ice Punch or, like, in general, a shield is way more worth it in this scenario than in any other scenario. Maybe we still lose it, who knows. They go for the Rock Slide. Nice bait there, but there's nothing that they can do anymore. Next up, we're gonna have the Trevenant against us in the lead. Of course, something that you don't really want to face. I'm just gonna go straight into my Salazzle, trying to do some nice damage here against this, what's it called, against the G-Fisk, and they actually shielded up, which is interesting, as we just gonna let it go, try to farm down with our Medicham, trying to get some energy for the Trevenant. It's like the thing with Medicham. Medicham loses against Trevenant, but if Medicham gets some farm against something, you're gonna be able to go for the Ice Punches, which makes it so much better, which is also why it's basically on every team in the current regional tournaments. So yeah, we can go for one Ice Punch here. My opponent gonna see the NiRiain there, which is not the best, but we can catch the move easily on our Registeel, as they're gonna try to catch our move now. I think they tried to do, let me see, they go for another foul play, and I think they try to catch our move, you know. They do, but of course we went for the Zapkin, as I expected this. We debuffing our opponent's attack, and we should be able to farm down now. They go for this, like, not farm down, we should be able to go for one Zapkin. I hope they shielded here. Please shield. They do shield. We should be able to snipe them there with the Ice Punch, and this Ice Punch will be able to KO my opponent. Good game there, and we see the what's it called, the NiRiain coming in here again, as we can go for more moves. I think I'm just gonna let this go. I think I'm just gonna win easily without shielding. Yeah, okay, I gave up. They gave up here and we can just farm down. Good game there to my opponent. Next up, we're gonna have Medicham against the NiRiain. Pretty decent matchup for me in the lead here, but NiRiain is always such a annoying Pokemon to deal with, to be honest. I don't know if my opponent tries to go for the Earthquake here. They're gonna try to go for the Earthquake here. Kinda crazy. As we can go for the Psychic, win this matchup. If they shield, I can shield and farm down. They don't shield. And we win this lead matchup as we see the Trevenant coming in here. I go for the Ice Punch, getting the shield, and I can swap out now as my Incinerate's already put him into the range for my Registeel to go for the Zap Cannon. And they go for the move. They go for the Shadow Ball as well, which is very nice for me. And they see to have the Talonflame in the back here, and I think I'm gonna be able to now just farm all the way down after this one, unless they go for Flame Charge. They don't go for Flame Charge. I am gonna be able to farm all the way down. I have the move stored, and our small Salazzle here gonna be able to go for the Poison Fang and farm down my opponent in time. Very nice there, sweeping through the end of the game there. We see the Registeel in the lead, very good for us. And we see a Typhlosion coming in, very crazy. Let's go for the bait move. I think I lost some turns there, but I'm not sure, maybe I didn't. And yeah, we just see Impeta here, which is of course okay, as we have some lag here from my opponent and from me, but it was way more on my opponent's side, which makes them surrender in this match. Kinda sad. I want to see what he had in the back. And we have a Skarmory against us. Of course, our Salazzle can do some stuff, but my opponent, I guess, knows that we don't have anything super effective in terms of charge moves against him, because he stayed in there as they go into the Jellicent now. I'm just gonna let this go. I think I'm gonna be able to survive this. Bubble Beam just barely. We can go for the Dragon Pulse here, or the 1 HP in the Dream, basically, as we can now go into our Reggie. And I don't know if this was the right decision to go into my Reggie here already. Maybe I should have went into my Medicham afterwards. I don't know. Gonna go for the Zap Cannon, trying to do some massive damage to KO this thing. And turns out this worked out pretty well. We see the G-Fist coming in here. We go for the Focus Blast, which should be able to get him very low. We swap out into our own Medicham here, as they can get to another move. But they have so much energy. I don't think I can get to 2 Ice Punches in time. But we have to see. We can go for 1 Ice Punch here, which gets the last shield, as we try to get to another one, which didn't work out. But we still survive 1 Sky Attack here from my opponent. We can go for another Ice Punch, and this Ice Punch is gonna be able to KO this thing, and we can farm down. Can we lock on my opponent down? We will see. I think an Earthquake doesn't KO us yet. It does not. And can we lock him down? No, we cannot lock on him down. He had 1 HP. And a Dream. Good game to my opponent. We see the Shiftry in the lead. We see the Deoxys coming in. Against Deoxys, we don't really have a lot. I'm just gonna go into my Registeel here, as the Zap can go and do a lot of damage, and we can resist at least, I don't know, we resist the Psycho Cut and the Psycho Boost and the Rock Slide. But of course, my opponent has Thunderbolt, which is currently the recommended moveset, as it's going to be able to do more damage against Azumarill, which is kind of crucial. So yeah. We can go for the Focus Blast. We're gonna be able to get the shield from my opponent. And this is the cool thing about Registeel having lock on against this thing. The Deoxys defense, if you didn't know that, has only a very low amount of HP. It's just purely bulk, basically, purely defense, but has next to no HP, which means that lock on, which always does 1 HP anyway, they're gonna always do 1 HP every turn, which hurts Pokemon more that have less HP but high defense than Pokemon with high HP and less defense. For example, it's very difficult to lock on down a Drifblim, as Drifblim has one of the highest HP stats in general, the main competitive games. Of course, you have Chansey with that's the craziest one, but Drifblim has also a very high one, and I think you see Drifblim sometimes more often than a Chansey. We see next up Medicham against the NiRiain again. Into the last battle here, we can go for some nice counter damage, as my opponent gonna go for their Icicle Spear here, which gonna do a lot of damage still, which is insane. Don't sleep on the NiRiain. NiRiain is a very strong Pokemon. We can go for the Psychic there. We're gonna KO him here, which is nice. We swap out immediately into our Salazzle, doing some nice damage against his Trevenant, and we see now that they have the Umbreon in the back, which is something I don't really want to face here, but we're gonna be able to do 2 times damage from the Poison Fang, I think. yeah, we just barely survive this. Salazzle always just barely survives everything, and we have him very low, which means that we should be able to farm down with our Mage Gem, trying to go for one Ice Punch against the Trevenant, trying to get a shield from the Trevenant, and then swapping out into my Registeel to close out the match with some Zap Cannons. I think that's gonna be the plan here. We get the shield, we can swap out immediately, and now even though all our moves are resisted, we are in a good spot as we still have shields and as we can lower my opponent's attack the entire time. So yeah, this is gonna most likely be it for this video, as yeah, we just gonna get them very low. There's nothing my opponent can really do here anymore, as they have very low HP already. Of course they still have a shield, of course they can go for a move, but not after, not before I debuff them another time here. And yeah, like the HP is dwindling, and we're gonna win this game. Thanks all for watching. See you next video. Have a great rest of your day, and bye.